Me and racism? Yeah, we go back. I remember racism when I was a little kid, and then it shows up in my family 15 years later at 90 miles per hour, and it just greets me like, what are you? The man asked me, you know Spanish? Wait. Your mom's from Mexico? There's no way you're Mexican. You look white, I guess. I've been outed. The truth has emerged of what you heard. Yes, I am a ghost, a body that no one sees, so unsure of where I belong. My father's name is Garcia. He built his parents a home. It was the work of a strong, proud man, and my father's skin is brown. And although his blood runs through my... My skin is white. He had hoped that his parents would pass my white skin and call me grandson. They exiled him. He didn't understand how he had failed to construct a home. Acclaimed author Alice Walker coined the term colorism to define the preferential treatment of same-race people based solely on their skin tone. But this is nothing new, because New York Times on March 19, 2016 revealed that slave owners will pit their slaves against each other based on nothing but the color of their skin. And the fight for racial equality has become commonplace to overlook the effect that this history still has on marginalized communities such as the Latinx community today. The following program argues that it is only when we recognize that this internalized racism comes from the narrative of our oppressors that we can shed the chains of division and come together as one people. So using the poems Güero by Roberto Lopez, My Beautiful Blood by Mercedes Hotry, Being Hispanic by Greg Garcia, Ghost by Pedro Sicairos, another untitled brown poem by Christopher Melendez, and La Réplica by Jonathan Mendoza and Joaquina Mertz. The poetry program. Because regardless if you are morena, moreno, güero, o güera, son mi gente, igual. Yeah, I remember racism back when I was a teen. And she was blue-eyed and gorgeous. She'd tell me, I don't normally date Mexican guys, but you look white, so my parents won't freak. As if I was hired to play as a socially acceptable Hollywood standard for Mexican to play in your exotic fantasies. Like, I don't have any dark brown in my family. Like, I'm not Mexican at all. Like, I wasn't raised by Mexican parents. Like, hey, what's your dad? Eventually, the questions and assumptions write themselves. History lesson, my blood is a story of 9 million, but you're white. Why do you pretend to be brown? My father crept silently back into his parents' home in hopes that they would invite us in, but his parents warned him, should you come home with a white child, it will not be worthy of the name Garcia. It will not be worthy of the name Garcia. It will not be worthy of the name Garcia. I followed my father's shadow from the white pickup to the brown door, so where do I go? No one has any concern for the boy who can walk through walls, for the one unaffected by barriers. There is no love left for the ghost who can pass through glass ceilings. Because if I wanted to be white, I could, but I'm not. I'm forced to see the after effects of colonialism, to understand why my complexion is beautiful to some and ugly to others. This skin is a safety net I do respect, but still, mi piel, mi pelo, mi nombre, my last name understands the gravity of borders. My father raised his hand, gave a quick smile, and said, look who is here to meet you. As the door cracked open, I saw her story, my skin, and then I saw her spitefully spit out, you can come in. Leave that half-breed in the car. If my skin weren't white, if my skin was brown, I would have a family behind that door. I would be worthy of the name Garcia. Yeah. I remember bumping into racism a couple times with my friends. They laugh at me. They say, hey, pinche güero, pocho, cabacho, gringo, hey, white boy. I didn't cry because I hated them. I cried because they hated me. They hated how much less I would have to work, how I wouldn't have to deal with questions about paperwork, how I will never see the angry stares of batons and guns. Yes, I'm a walking history lesson. Yes, I'm a walking definition of rape, kill, and conquer. Yes, my ancestors were the ones mistaken for white gods and also the ones enslaved into patriarchy. Yes, I am Spanish conquistador. And I am Aztec indigenous. Yes, I am always recognize your privilege and never forget your struggle, true. I do not know what it is like to be marked as a monster, to be seen as a haunting, to be viewed as a threat. But you see right through me when you ignore my culture. Because if I wanted to be white, I could, but I'm not. Yes, but I'm not a fucking chemistry experiment. America's ignorant assumption of who I am, how I should act, how I should feel. My identity belongs to me. My character belongs to me. My blood belongs to me. And I'll be damned if I let anyone call my blood anything other than beautiful, like racism. Yeah! I hear the son of a bitch just became president. And that he calls my family and friends criminals and rapists. I tell you what, I don't speak to racism anymore, but ever see that pendejo again? Te voy a chingar, because yes, racism can take my skin, racism can take my tongue, racism can take my home, but it can never take away my eye. Because no matter how much I swallowed and I gagged on assimilation, whatever I do with it, still Mexican as fuck, because I am Mexican as fuck. They can never take away my heart, Garcia. Sometimes that name feels like a curse because of my skin. There is a whole world that I will never know, but not a home. Behind that door, my father built his parents a house and they exiled him. He didn't understand. Yet, all he needed to build a home was love.